Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. It is time for our next college football top 5 countdown. We're going to get to that in just a second. It is week 4 in college, and these games all go on Saturday, September 20th. Before I jump into it, real quick note, you can get 10% off any of my daily, weekly, monthly, or season-long packages, excluding that $30 top football pick, the daily top football pick, which you'll see on my homepage. If you look at it, you'll see it's above the grid. This expires on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you do want to jump on board, check it out. The promo code SMASHMOUTH. That's right. Smashmouth Sports is back, as we used to be called on Proline. But Smashmouth is the code word. Again, good 10% off any daily, weekly, monthly, or season package, excluding that $30 daily top football pick. Good through Monday. Multiple game card for me again this week, obviously, over at DocSports.com. All my plays will be released on Thursday afternoon, and that'll include a 7-star and a 6-star. 10-3 overall last weekend with premium plays, and we missed a perfect 6-0 football weekend by one pick six by Lagway in Florida. So we'll look to keep it going. 75-50 is the college of pro football run. Let's get to the top 5 already. Number 5, SMU at TCU. This game kicks off at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, and I'm recommended to play on TCU minus the points here. They're going to look to avenge that 66-42 loss to SMU last season. The Horned Frogs, they're piling up yardage on the ground and through the air. Really like Josh Hoover, the quarterback. 76% completion rate, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. And as far as SMU, listen, I know they had the look-ahead game, but they still looked awfully flat against Missouri State. They also got lit up on defense by the Baylor Bears. And that game last year that they won by 24, well, how about this? TCU lit up SMU through the air in that loss, but SMU benefited from 3 non-offensive touchdowns. I do believe that TCU is going to gain a measure of revenge, and I do like TCU minus the points in this one. Our 5th rated play. Next up, number 4. Now, I've done a couple of the shows talking about the game earlier this week, Michigan at Nebraska. And I mentioned that it probably wouldn't make my premium card, but there's a very good chance that it's going to land in the top 5 countdown. And it certainly has. Michigan at Nebraska. Michigan laying 2.5 here. Going to back the Huskers as the number 4 pick at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. If you go back to that Oklahoma game, Oklahoma's big challenge this year on the road with Underwood, the freshman quarterback, you take away one 75-yard run by Justice Haynes when Oklahoma blew a defensive play, and the Wolverines gained just 213 yards on 3.9 yards per play the rest of the game. Nebraska, stay disciplined, keep Underwood corralled, don't let him turn a potential 6 or 7 yard sack into a 25-yard run. And I think they're better coached this year, by the way, the Huskers, and I think they can get this job done. Rayola needs to do what Mateer did for Oklahoma. Take what the Michigan defense gives you. Don't force anything. Value the football. And he's certainly done that so far in the 2025 campaign. I like Nebraska to win this game 24-20. My number 4 play is Nebraska plus the points. Number 3, NC State at Duke. This game at 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. I like Duke here minus a field goal. About half the books have gone up to 3.5. And by the way, I'm recording this at about 7 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. That's when we are quoting these numbers from 7 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday, doing kind of consensus of the 20, 25 books that I have on my line service screen. Duke laying 3. Spoke about the way Duke lost to Illinois and the minus turnover margin earlier this week on a show, -5 turnover margin in that game against the Illini. Last week, the Blue Devils outgained Tulane and still lost. They gained 450 plus yards. They gained 6 yards per play. Tough start in the game, and the comeback fell a little short. They're going to throw the football. Mensah's here to throw the football. 8-2 touchdown to INT situation thus far. I believe he's going to find success. Malik Murphy, the former Duke quarterback, had no trouble with NC State's defense last year. They beat him 29-19, and the Wolfpack defense is 130th against the pass, giving up nearly 300 yards per game. Hauser of ECU lit up their secondary in week 1, but the Pack were able to pick off 3 passes in the last 2 games. But again, Mensah doesn't throw picks. I like Duke minus the field goal over NC State, my number 3 play. And even at 3.5, I like Duke, by the way, as that number looks like it's going to go up pretty soon. Number 2 play is a total. Colorado State and Texas San Antonio over 59.5. The Roadrunners are putting up a lot of points on the board, but they're allowing a lot too. They can be forgiven for allowing Texas A&M to top 40 points back in week 1, but they were torched through the air by Incarnate Word. 324 yards allowed through the air on 31 of 44 passing. They did pick off 2 passes, but they also gave up 3 passing touchdowns. They are 131st against the pass. They give up 35 points per game. Colorado State isn't going to blow teams away with their offense. They're okay against lesser competition, but they are horrible on defense. And guys, remember Josh McCown? Well, his son Owen is tearing it up in UTSA's offensive quarterback in the passing game. I do believe CSU can score some points here and help send this one over the posted total. And that brings us to our marquee matchup of the week, Illinois at Indiana. Game goes at 7:30 p.m. Eastern in Bloomington on Saturday night. Currently, this number is sitting at 5.5. And again, it's about 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And I do believe this number is going to go up and get to 6 pretty soon. They beat up a bad Western Illinois team in week 1, did Illinois, and the win over Duke isn't quite as much of a mismatch as the score would indicate. Duke outgained Illinois by a few yards. They threw for over 350 yards and had more success plays than did Illinois, as one other capper happened to be talking about and wrote about and mentioned. But the Illini finished with a +5 turnover margin. They had a 5-play drive that went 17 yards for a touchdown due to a turnover. They had a 23-yard, 1-play drive in the fourth quarter. The score was 14-13, about 5 or 6 minutes into the third quarter. Indiana's played a soft slate the last 2 weeks, but they did face Old Dom in the opener, and we found out the Monarchs are a decent team, yet Indiana outgained them by nearly 200 yards. Fernando Mendoza doesn't throw picks. The Cal transfer now at Indiana. And defensively, I expect Cignetti to have his defense better prepared than they were last year when these teams hooked up. My marquee matchup is Indiana. Again, recapping the top 5 countdown on Saturday, September 20th. TCU minus the points over SMU. Number 4, Nebraska plus the points over Michigan. Number 3, Duke minus the points over NC State. Number 2, over 59.5, Colorado State. Texas, San Antonio. And my marquee matchup is Indiana minus the points over Illinois. And again, this is starting to go up as of about 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday afternoon. I expect to see a whole bunch of 6s tonight by Wednesday night, all right? And again, real quick, if you want to jump on board, there's your promo code SMASHMOUTH, 10% off any daily, weekly, monthly, or season packages, excluding that $30 daily top football pick. And it expires this coming Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time if you want to take full advantage. My football card will be available on Thursday afternoon. All of my plays for the upcoming weekend right through Monday, including another 7- and 6-star play. 5-1 last week. Let's rack it up. Let's do it again. 75-50 is the overall college football, pro football run. Really enjoy you guys, your comments, and please keep commenting on these videos for all of us over at DocSports.com. And I'll look to get a little bit more involved with the comments. Sometimes the timing isn't great, but we'll look to do some more, all right? There's your top 5 countdown. Appreciate you guys watching. Let's put them in the win column, and I'll be back here each and every day throughout the weekend with a new individual game video. Take care, everybody.